If you're looking to sell or buy cheap CSGO skins, check out bitskins.com. Today we're looking at a round between Cloud9 and Big on Cobblestone. This round is in fast B rush with 3 smokes thrown from spawn. These smokes form the standard smoke wall that everyone has become familiar with. 4 of the C9 players push out from B long whilst nothing lurks towards drop. As the push comes in, AUTIMATIC gets a clean entry onto KEEV, who is the only big member playing in front of the site smokes. With their side of the site clear, SKADOODLE gets the bomb down as fast as possible. The key to this strategy is the sheer amount of flashes being thrown over the B platform. There's a total of 6 flashes, all of which are staggered out during the push to keep the Big side blind as Cloud9 bully their way in. You can see that from this, Big are forced back towards Rock, and with 2 well placed Molotovs and further flashes, they get stuck in a small corner. TABSEN got blinded and Molotov, but instead of falling back into the corner, he tries to create space by pushing through the site smokes. This resulted in an easy kill for STEWIE, who then throws another flash to push through his own Molotov and pick up 2 more kills. At this point there's only a Legia left on the rotation and nothing picks him off from the drop window. Cloud9 actually run this strategy again 2 rounds later on the 15th round. You can see that Big changed their setup in an attempt to counter it with a boost for tree and a boost at drop for a fast flank and retake. Unfortunately, AUTIMATIC runs straight through the site smokes and no one is even checking it. This sets up AUTIMATIC with 2 easy kills, one in the side and the other one rotating out from drop. Whilst this is happening, KEEV goes for the flank from drop, but gets picked up by Nothing, who was still lurking. In this round, C9 didn't need the extra Molotovs towards Rock, as AUTIMATIC had already pushed through, but it's a great example of how the strat works, even when the enemy team is adapting their defense. For the player perspective, we'll just cover the initial strategy from round 13. STEWIE doesn't throw any smokes as spawn, he goes straight to B long and puts 2 flashes over platform. His job is to clear towards statue and to stop anyone pushing through the 2 site smokes. Chicken Coop could potentially be a threat, but it was on SKADOODLE to throw a Molotov there. The Molotov that STEWIE throws down is essential in boxing the Big defense into a small corner. The flash push through the smoke is timed just as the Molotov is expiring and blinds both Gobby and Nex for 2 easy kills. This play isn't probably what STEWIE does all the time, but the fact they were up in numbers, he could afford to take the risk and it ended up paying off. SKADOODLE throws his smoke from spawn that lands towards the far side of site. He also had the bomb on this strategy and plays a more supportive role. The 2 flashes he throws at B long are key, as they are the ones that are delayed to keep the Big side constantly blind. You can see that they don't go as deep but higher up towards the left in order to not blind his teammates who are dropping in. He then throws his Molotov, which is supposed to go towards Chicken Coop, but it does miss. To be fair though, he has to throw this Molotov behind the broken wall smoke, so it's always going to be pretty hard to land. As STEWIE secures the site smokes, he's able to get the plant down and throw some spam towards connector. SHROUD throws the running smoke for square. For this one, he looks directly up and releases it just before he falls off. He throws 1 flash over B long and keeps his remaining utility to use for the rock position. As he comes out from the broken wall, it's his job to secure square and then lay down the Molotov and flash off the wall. The flash SHROUD throws here pops perfectly in front of any players at connector, which is where the Molotovs had trapped them towards. He spams towards rock and drop, as that's the only place the Big side can be. Even though STEWIE goes aggressive, you can see how Cloud9 are playing the safe game, with SHROUD holding a passive angle and waiting for a re-smoke for square from AUTIMATIC. In this case it wasn't needed, but it's good practice to do in order to not throw rounds. AUTIMATIC goes straight to B long to throw 2 flashes. He misses the first one as he gets blocked against the wall, but makes up for it with a nice entry onto KEEV to clear the site. AUTIMATIC's job is to provide cover from stairs and refresh any nades needed. You can see that once nobody was pushing, he spams towards connector and rock to put a bit of damage in. As the square smoke fades, he re-smokes it for SHROUD, but by that point the round was already in the bag. Nothing lines up his smoke for close sight at spawn. He then throws his Molotov at drop to make sure no one is going for a fast boost, and to also make it look like Cloud9 plan on going there. If Nothing can get even 1 player to stay and hold drop, it makes the site push that little bit easier. He also watches the Big flank for any rotations, but once Legia's position is known, he drops down to grab the kill from window. KEEV has the AWP and is the only player from Big to push past the smoke wall. He gets blinded behind the statue and was unable to land the shot onto AUTIMATIC, who was obscured by the Molotov's flames. TABSEN lines up a counter flash for B-Long and throws both his grenade and Molotov as the smoke wall comes in. This is where we can clearly see how effective the steady stream of flashes are from Cloud9. TABSEN is constantly blinded and finds himself caught in STEWIE's Molotov. He's forced into making an aggressive play on his own just to free up some space, but dies to STEWIE on the other side of the smoke. I'm going to slow this clip down because I think the flash placements from Cloud9 are really what wins them this round. TABSEN gets blinded a total of 4 times and is ultimately just shot out the round because of it. Next is the player with the best spawn towards B, and it looks like he had planned to Molotov straight away. However, for some reason he doesn't throw it even when he saw the smokes raining in. This results in the Molotov being late and not as effective. He then of course gets blinded by SKADOODLE's flash and then SHROUD's flash right after. This meant him taking a lot of damage already from SHROUD's Molotov. He ends up dying to STEWIE's flash push through the smoke, having done nothing in the round. It's important to note that on the defense, Big never really have a chance to dictate the fight on their terms. They're consistently blinded, trapped in a corner and burnt to a crisp before they can even see the enemy. God B plays drop and, despite the Molotov thrown from nothing, leaves to help outside towards site. As he rotates in, there's no real target to look at, but he does manage to actually avoid SHROUD's flash behind the rock. You can see as soon as God B wanted to throw a flash in the smoke, STEWIE is already in his face and taking him down. For more in-depth strat breakdowns, make sure you do subscribe. If you have a round from a professional game that you want me to take a look at, then just tweet it to me at HattonGames, or you can leave a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.